still cold, which I like. And Kill Lifter is great because you're drinking local. I always appreciate, you know, four-piece, kind of a local brewery. Not while driving with a straw in it.
It's showtime, folks. It's showtime.
Welcome to the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato. You know, if you're enjoying my show, please hit the subscribe, like, and share button.
Press the button. Press it now.
You know, a few people have commented that I'm piggybacking on Frank the Cop's popularity, but that's not the case. I also review older videos. In both cases, my purpose is not to rehash videos that you've already seen, but to give my viewers a fresh perspective based on my experience. As a retired FBI agent, I taught criminal justice at a college and university level, at the FBI Academy, and I've published articles in media outlets like the Washington Times. So today we're going to look at Frank the Cop make a felony car stop. All felony car stops are extremely dangerous. I mean, the obvious reasons are that, number one, a car is a deadly weapon. Also, the driver is fleeing and is either in a stolen car, fleeing the scene of a felony, or identified in an Amber Alert. So the bottom line is, you know you got a bad person that you're stopping. Let's go to Pinal County, Arizona, where Deputy Frank is following a stolen car.
It's confirmed stolen, and I'm just following it right now, kind of keeping my distance and waiting for some more units here so we can try to conduct a traffic stop and see if we can get him taken into custody. It is.
So Frank's doing the correct thing. He's waiting for other units, because the only reason a law enforcement officer should try it alone is if someone's in imminent danger of dying or bodily harm.
It's on.
Grappler's on?
Yep.
Get out of the car! Put your hands up!
Since a car is a deadly weapon, Frank wants the driver isolated from control of the vehicle. Let's go to Carroll, Iowa, and show what can go wrong when the subject is allowed to stay behind the wheel.
Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car! Incredible police body cam and dash cam video just released of a traffic stop in Iowa. A driver refusing to get out of the car and then taking an officer with him on an extreme ride. Put on the brakes! Put on the brakes! Stop the car! Another officer pulls alongside the fleeing driver and tries to stop him, but the driver takes off. As the fleeing driver speeds away, the police officer keeps holding on. That fleeing driver sees a freight train blocking the road ahead and makes a sudden turn to the left, speeding through an industrial yard. The fleeing driver then hits a ditch and the officer on board goes flying to the ground. The pursuing officer stops to check on his colleague, who tells him to keep chasing that fleeing driver. I'm okay, man. Go get him. I'm all right. Sure? You good? Go get him. But that officer was not okay. The force of the fall actually breaking a vertebra in the officer's back.
But watch and listen how Deputy Frank handles a very similar situation.
Get out of the car! Put your hands up!
And step two is to separate the suspect from the car in case there are weapons inside. And secondly, never allow the suspect to face you. This allows him to assess his situation, how many cops may be there, what weapons do they have, and possible escape routes.
Someone get hands over here! Bring them over right now. Go ahead. Stand, walk to your right! Walk to your right! To your right! To your right! Yes, keep going, to your right! To your right, keep going! Keep going! Stop! You ready?
Frank's commands to the suspect are clear, and he is communicating with other deputies because this is a team effort.
You ready? Yeah. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice! Walk backwards! Stop! Take 2 steps to your right! Yes! Walk backwards! Straight back! Straight back! Straight back! Straight back! Take them.
Notice how the 2 deputies grab the suspect while one officer is covering the front. since it is unknown at this time if any additional suspects and weapons remain in that car. Now let's go to Wayne County and look at another felony car stop that goes bad.
It all started Tuesday afternoon on the 500 block of Chestnut when officers tried to arrest the wanted felon who wears a tether and was just caught delivering a huge amount of crack cocaine to an undercover officer. Police surround the suspect who sat in this black Dodge Charger.
Hands! Get out of the car!
We're told the officer sees what's happening and in a heroic act opens the car door to stop the suspect from driving off.
Immediately, the suspect put the car in reverse, slammed into our patrol vehicle. The vehicle became stuck in park and he began revving the engine, implying that he was giving it gas trying to escape.
Okay, the cop may have been heroic, but wrong. He never should have grabbed that car door of a known felon hidden behind heavily tinted windows.
But the man takes off, trapping the officer between the frame and the door and dragging him about 20 feet before he is violently thrown from the vehicle.
Well, at this point, the car is considered a deadly weapon, and deadly force is justified.
The suspect still doesn't stop. He takes off through the parking lot and down Oak Street with speeds up to 100 miles an hour. Police pursue.
He's about to lose it. He crashed, he wrecked.
The suspect rolls his Dodge Charger several times and slams into a house. Somehow he escapes uninjured and starts running. The officer chases him on foot for about a half a block.
Stop! No, you're gonna get tased!
He did not. The officer tased the bad guy, stopping him in his tracks.
You know, I know it's easy to second-guess critical incidents, but police could have used deadly force, and not because the suspect was trying to escape, but because he was using a several-ton car as a battering ram. The police could have fired at him. Now let's finish up with Deputy Frank and watch a textbook felony car stop.
Step out with your hands up. Step out with your hands up. Perfect. Face away from me. Stand just like that. Do not move. Ready? Ma'am, walk to your right. Walk to your right all the way to the fog line. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Walk directly backwards. Walk directly backwards with your hands up. You're doing absolutely perfect. Thank you so much.
And there's an example of Deputy Frank's cool and calm and collected. I mean, he observes an elderly female, and he understands that he's in control of the situation and doesn't need to intimidate her.
You're doing absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. Keep coming backwards. Keep coming backwards. We got you. We'll take good care of her. Keep walking backwards, ma'am. Keep walking backwards. Keep walking straight back. Keep walking straight back. Straight back. Keep going. Keep going. Take her. Yep.
On that stolen vehicle, as soon as it came to a stop, the driver, who had probably done that before, hopped out, knew exactly what to do, hands up, spun around, did a whole bunch of stuff, was very easily responded to my directions.
So let's conclude our felony car stops at the Frederick City Police Academy, where recruits train on felony car stops.
Driver, roll down all your windows. Turn off the vehicle. Driver, put the keys in your hand. Passenger, put both your hands up on the roof of the car. And do not move. Driver, open the door. Keep your hands where I can see them. And do not step out the vehicle until I tell you to do so. Step out the vehicle. Keep your hands in the air and face away from me. Walk back to the sound of my voice and I'll tell you to stop. Keep moving, moving, moving. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Keep walking, stop. Put your hands behind your back. Look away from me, you understand me?
The suspect still presents a danger to this officer. The suspect's in a position to strike the officer with either hand or spring up and do a leg sweep. What I instructed trainees to do was to have suspects lay flat on their stomach. Instructed them to spread their arms out 90 degrees with their palms up. then cross their feet. I want you to try this at home. This position immobilizes anyone, and by putting a knee on the small of their back, makes it impossible for them to use any large muscles to attack. Watch the officer as he approaches the suspect and see if you would feel him somewhat vulnerable. Contrary to what auditors believe, law enforcement officers risk their lives every shift and shouldn't have to take crap from street-performing amoebas with potty mouths and cameras. The John Ligato Show is being broadcast from outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. Please subscribe and like. Semper Fidelis.